Welcome to You Name It, the
Hello.
You Name It podcast starring Davin Christensen and Jerry Taylor.
Oh, we're a big deal now, aren't we, Jerry?
No, I don't know. I just wanted to do a different intro. I have a cold, too, so you can tell I've got a little bit of a cold, so you can do the lower voice thing.
Well, you've
Hey,
got a
Davin,
cold.
how are you?
You've got a cold,
That kind of
and
shit.
I've got an entire team of auto show people that are their periods have all come in lunar succession, and they're all on the same cycle. I think.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
we're going there.
You're gonna start the show with that.
It's been one
I
of those
want everybody
days.
out there to know that I have no idea what we're going to talk about on either side, because I bring a list of topics, Davin brings a list of topics. So
And you want
I'm
nothing
as
to do with
surprised
this.
as all of you. Yeah. And I have no idea why you thought that was appropriate. Jeez.
Yeah, they're all
Look, there's
angry today.
That was for you, Mike McMahon. I keep saying it wrong.
And your beautiful
Mike
life.
McMahon. And your beautiful life. I saw him today too, and we commented on how you just come out with it. You know,
And what did he have to say?
he agreed. He wholeheartely agreed that you have like zero control of yourself.
I've got no edit switch whatsoever. It's true though.
No, this is not a game, people. This is not something that we plan ahead of time. This is just.
Just say what's on my
It's,
mind.
yeah, as you can tell right now, I'm a little baffled by that too.
I heard
And the feed actually cut out in the middle, and I didn't even have to hear all of it. So I'm afraid of what I'm going to hear when I edit this.
question for you.
Go.
You've got a new listener, or we've got a new listener that's in your town right now, and I had no
Really?
idea she's a listener.
Who is it?
Rosemary.
Oh yeah, I told you that. I thought you were going to tell me something new. Yeah, yeah. Isn't she awesome anyway? She's another one of those people like Miyoshi that you walk into the booth and see her and everything's happy. Just because she's always happy.
Well,
Yeah.
when they were doing the Cadillac Q with the haptic feedback, just a shout out
That
to Cadillac.
You broke up a little bit again. Sorry, but you
Yeah.
were talking about the seat buck, or were you talking about something else?
Yeah, the seat buck with the Cadillac Q. When they used to do that, I used to mess with them a little bit because on the radio stations you can set in like 80 presets and name them yourself. So, do you remember
Yeah.
Blaze? Blaze Burchelli,
Yeah.
the kid from Cadillac. I put in
Yeah, Blaze Bartolucci
Yeah.
or something, right? Or was it?
so I put in
Burchelli?
like a heavy metal
Whatever.
station and I named it Blaze's Big Boy Pants. And then
Okay.
Roshonda, I did Roshonda's House of
Is this going to get
No,
you in trouble?
I did Roshonda's House of Pain as one of the inputs. We had Starbucks on there. We had a
Because
bunch
their
of
last
stuff.
names. Because their last name's
Yeah,
Payne.
and then I did like an easy listening channel, and that was Rosemary's Flower Garden. Because she's just such a breath of fresh air, and she's just always perky and
Oh,
smiling.
Rosemary.
Yeah, just makes you happy.
I feel like you should make up an impromptu poem about Rosemary right now.
No, well, I was thinking like she's named after
Nope.
she's named after a spice.
Just gonna shut it
she's
right
named
down.
after a spice. And I'm thinking, does anyone like? Okay, you picked rosemary. That's decent, but is anyone named basil?
Yeah,
But
that's one. Famous guy who played Sherlock Holmes on the radio was Basil, but it was pronounced Basil. Basil
and there's the
Rathbone.
Art Basel Theater. Okay, what about some of the other nastier spices, like curry? Is anyone named Curry? I've heard Carrie.
I don't know about curry. Yeah, I've heard carry.
Tarragon. Oh yeah, I've heard Carrie.
That's a good one, Davin. You know, I don't know how many different spices people are named after. I think maybe I should call my cousin Allspice and find out.
Nutmeg. Actually, Nutmeg's a good dog's
Yeah.
name.
Come here, Nutmeg.
That was my
Nutmeggin.
buddy Paul's dog's name growing up. I don't know why I remembered his dog's name.
Well, we all remember it because we watched The Wonder Years with you and Paul.
The experience.
Every time you mention him, I picture that kid with glasses, Paul, on The Wonder Years.
We were brats. So what do you got, Jerry? Yeah.
What do I got? I'm still liking the spices. I'm trying to think of some more spices. See, we got spicy Mike Sriracha. But Sriracha's not really a spice, is it? It's a sauce. It's a pepper. Yeah. It's a
I'm trying to think of some of the weird
What
ones.
do I have?
Okay. Let's see. You
go.
got tarragon. You got allspice. God, there's way too many spices, and I always use Penzi spices. So you're trying to get a corporate sponsor going, but that doesn't work.
Is that a spice manufacturer?
Yeah,
Penzi?
actually, it's a cool thing. It's the guy started out as a businessman, and he traveled the world for business out of Chicago, and his wife was a gourmet chef, so he would bring spices back for her. Well, then all her other cook friends wanted him to bring spices back for them. When everything took a downturn, he got let go, but he had all his connections in all these countries for spices, and he opened up a catalog. So they sell spices. It's called Penzeys, Penzeys. They opened up their first brick and mortar store in Southfield, Michigan, on 13 and Southfield. They got a bunch now.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, he opened that with his daughter Cinnamon.
That sounds like a stripper name.
Oh, well, I don't think that her Aunt Coriander would have liked that.
Oh, so anyway. Oh, Jerry, you suck. You suck.
I do suck.
So what do you
That's
got
stupid.
going on?
I don't know. Let's ask my Uncle Saffron. Just keep going with it.
Oh,
You're such a pimento.
Oh.
All right. What do I have going on? Well, I'm still in Philadelphia. You're still in Washington, D.C.
Yep. Although by the time
At the
time
time
of recording,
of this show, yeah. Yeah. What do I have going on? Let me start with something that we can really... We did some shout-outs. Rosemary,
Yep.
Mike. Somebody else caught me in the Chevy back room and said something, too. And I forgot who it was. There was like 3 people that mentioned the show today, and I'm going, oh, good. At least somebody's
Somebody
listening.
say something about being a douchebag and wearing a scarf.
That's Troy,
Okay.
yeah.
Did you tell her?
No,
you tell
Troy,
her?
yeah. Todd, Troy.
Did you tell her her
Sorry.
coat smelled like wine?
Not that one. We're talking about Jack
Oh,
Morton.
that's Troy. Okay.
I got that right, too. I just spent days with him, and now you have me wondering if that's... Because his cousin is Todd,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah. Troy's the funny one. Todd not so much, because I only spent a few minutes with him.
Oh, Todd's
I can
funny
tell.
too.
Yeah. Well, funny Todd, then. Funny Todd and funny
There
Troy.
you go.
And they're like... Are they?
I think
They're
they're
like
cousins. Yeah, they
too,
both
aren't
got
they?
in this business at the same time, and
I wonder if Todd wears a scarf like Troy does.
I would imagine sometimes they do.
Because you know how I feel about
Yep,
scarves.
they're for douchebags. Lots of douchebaggery going on.
All right. I do have to. I kind of have to, because I felt bad when I saw Troy, so I told him this, that partially the truth, that I don't really think scarves are for douchebags. I just wanted to see if anybody would reply
No.
to it. What I'd get any reaction out of it. I get one reaction, and it was from him. That's it. And I'm like, oh well. I would have given him the out too, like I did for my friend Paul Garucki, because he wears a scarf and he's not a
Yeah.
douchebag. I would have put him on the list to eliminate him.
Nice.
And Jimmy
Hey,
Stewart.
John. John Kivvy's listening now too, so shout out to him.
Hey, Big John Kivy. I haven't seen him in so long. I like John. He's another kind of a happy
Yep,
guy, isn't
and
he?
my friend Janice Johnson listens all the time. She actually likes the page on Facebook quite a bit. So
Thank you, Janice. You're a wonderful human being, and you seem to be very tolerant because you're a friend of Davin's.
you have to be.
Do you sit with Janice sometimes and tell her all the sexist, misogynist things that you tell us
Actually, I
on the
haven't
show?
seen her in quite a while. I used to see her when I was a member at the Eagles Club back at home.
You were a member of the Eagles.
Yeah, I just didn't renew.
What is the Eagles about? It's the Fraternal Order of Eagles, right? But what does that mean?
All I got out of it was cheap beers and drinking and able to smoke in a bar.
Oh, they let you even after the ban?
Yeah, it's because it's a private club. You can smoke in there. So, and all the
Moose?
canned beers were $1. So
That's nice. I'm a Moose member. It's a family organization, but they all have bars.
that's
So,
cool. We should go to the Moose Lodge sometime with you. You can bring me as your guest.
I'm that. I could. I joined the Moose because my dad was the governor of the Moose in Everett, Michigan. So I wanted to be a part of his organization.
Don't they have a golf thing that you do up there all the time? Is that part of it?
Yeah, they have a great golf outing every year, and he organizes this thing, and it's just a nice time to go up there and get completely wasted out of your gourd and sing karaoke with the band. I always sing with the band too.
Get me in next year? I got tons of hotel points. If there's any hotels in Everett,
I asked you to go last year.
I know, but you asked me like last minute, and I had the kids that weekend.
Yeah, you go next year. It's always in the off season. So.
Yeah, give me a heads up or something. Wow, this turned into a conversation with Jerry. It's not even it's like people are listening to us just chat.
That's part of what the show is.
That's true. You name it.
People are probably trying to figure out why we're friends too.
That's true. No,
like why are these guys friends?
Because we put up with the same shit. So, hey,
you know what? I have one for you.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead if you want to go first. But I have one for you. Let me know when.
No, go ahead.
Ready. Oh, FedEx is out to get you. That could be the title of this show.
Okay.
Because I spoke with our good friend Cassandra from the show floor, and she said something very relevant to me about FedEx that bothers the hell out of me. It doesn't bother me all the time because when we get packages shipped to the hotel, it's usually for business, and the business pays for it because it's all part of the expense. But when you have to do it personally, then it can get be kind of a piss off, because what happens is you'll pay for a FedEx package or even a UPS or regular mail to be shipped to your hotels because you'll need supplies. You're here for days on end, and maybe you need something, so you get it shipped to the hotel, and then they charge you again just to receive it. A receiving fee of $5 to $150, depending on how much it weighs. So not only have we already paid FedEx to ship it, and if it would have shipped to anybody else's house, it would have been done with. When it gets to a hotel, no, we got to charge you another charge at the hotel because you're at a hotel.
That sounds like taxation.
So that just pisses me off.
Taxation without representation.
I'll let the listeners take care of that one. I'm just going to bypass that altogether. I'm just mad because they're charging you twice. Now, let's say that you had to ship it back because it was, maybe it was the wrong size underwear or something.
They're going to charge you another handling fee for your underwear?
They will. They'll charge you an extra handling fee to just take the box from your hand and put it into the already paid for pile.
I've actually considered having people paid extra to handle my underwear.
I bet you have.
I think that's called the laundry service at the hotel.
Yeah, so we all do now. Yeah, I pay for people to handle my underwear as well. I pay a pretty penny for that, too. What is that, about $9 a pair?
Yep, especially after the Sriracha hot dog at 7-Eleven in Miami.
Why?
Oops.
The Sriracha hot dog at 7-Eleven.
Well,
Davin, you realize that you have a lot of people listening to this show, and you just said that you shit your pants after eating a Sriracha hot dog from 7-Eleven.
I got a quarter-pound hot dog at 7-Eleven because the Big Gulp was 99 cents. And this was in Miami, and they, they got the tip jar out there like we were talking about. Just because they take the fucking hot dog and they stick it in the fucking bun, and this lady gave me the fucking sriracha one, not the regular one. So I wasn't expecting it because I put sauerkraut on it and the spicy mustard, and it's not good. It's definitely.
You had a choice you realized after the first bite you had a choice.
Oh, I don't. I'm like a dog. I just eat it. Eat it and suffer the consequences later.
Is it because you're like a dog and you're hungry, or is it because you're cheap and you don't want to waste the 67 cents you paid for the sriracha hot dog?
I'm fucking cheap. I haven't tell you what.
Anyway, FedEx is out to get you, everybody. I say that we should all boycott. Next time I'm going to order FedEx to a hotel, I'm going to send it to like the business next door and just walk in and go, I think I got the wrong address.
What sucks is when you get like 2-day delivery and you don't get it in 2 days. It's like there's nothing you can do. Do they refund your money for half a day if it comes the next day, or what?
Is that that's the FedEx 2-day delivery, yeah.
I mean,
as opposed to the Amazon Prime type.
Yeah, what can you do back at FedEx? Jump through a bunch of hoops?
No, I think they just say you lose. Like, in the small print,
we tried.
Let's read through. The party of the first part agrees that the party of the second part's responsibility only goes so far. So the party of the first part can shut the fuck up if it doesn't get there in 2 days.
That's
what
estimate.
It says.
Yeah.
Yeah, an estimate. Thank you for allowing me to pay for an estimate, and then pay you again when it got here on the wrong day. I paid for 2-day delivery, and it's there in 4 days, and now I got to pay you another $10 to take this 1-ounce box away from your hand because it's only got underwear in it.
Hey, Jerry, guess what I'm drinking today?
Scotch.
No, I'm drinking Tito's handmade vodka.
I remember a day with that.
The Simply Lemonade mixed in with the raspberry, and a little splash of Gatorade Frost. Doesn't that sound refreshing?
That sounds does sound refreshing. Let me ask you an important question. How big is the bottle?
It's a fifth.
Okay. That seems reasonable. It'll probably last you, a couple of days
actually,
at least.
I bought it when I first got here, and I still have probably a third left. And I've been
for those in the listening audience, how long have you been there?
I've been here probably 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Yeah, two weeks.
Okay. So you're doing it right.
21 days.
Yeah, you're doing it right. You have we were talking yesterday, weren't we, about other ways to buy
your alcohol?
Were.
Go ahead and enlighten us, Jared.
I don't even know how to say this. You know why? Because this is not going to work out well. There's just no way to deliver this. It was impromptu. And Davin was telling me a story about somebody he ran into on the road who is known to drink now and again, meaning more now than again. And he said that he stopped by his hotel room to hand off something, I don't know, tool or whatever he had going on. And you saw in the hotel room that there was a couple of giant, supersized gallon jugs of booze, which for somebody in our situation, you're going to be there for, like 9 days tops?
Do you need to really have a jug of alcohol? But he had like 6.
6 jugs, and this is for the one person.
He offered me a drink when I came in, but it was like, oh my God.
Well, there's too much to choose from. You wouldn't know how to handle it. But here's the whole point, though. I've realized that if you're a person that you're going to go buy yourself something to drink after work, have your nice little evening cocktail or whatever, and you walk out of that store, and if your booze bottle has a handle on it, that's too much booze. You don't need a handle.
Unless you're throwing a fucking rage party or something, and you've got like 20 people coming over. But this was someone that was just by himself. Like,
right.
Okay, read between the lines, and there's nothing left. Nothing gets left for the maids,
I'm sure not. Not when you're buying in those quantities. You're not going to leave any. It's not like you're buying that much just because you're going to be friendly and leave it for the wait staff or the maids and all that. But there's your life tip for today. The life tip from Jerry and Davin is if you're drinking alone and you're there for a few days, you don't need booze with a handle on it.
You might be an alcoholic.
So, you might have an issue if there's a jug handle on your booze bottle for Friday night.
Oh.
Whatever.
Hey, they charge, and here, well, actually the handle might make sense here because they charge, well, no, it wouldn't make sense here. They charge 5 cents a bag at every store here in D.C. So if you want a bag,
5
you
cents.
have to pay an extra 5 cents. Yeah. Which does not even cost them a cent.
Didn't they do that in Miami, too? Didn't they give you a bag charge in Miami, too?
So maybe the handle would come in handy, but it wouldn't justify the cost of buying a gallon of vodka just because it has a handle.
No, it wouldn't offset the 5 cent charge for a bag. That's for sure. Speaking of booze, wine is a scam.
Why is that?
The whole wine thing. Wine is fine. Yeah, it was almost a rhyme. But when you get to that level of wine where it's, $400 a bottle, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. And they pay sommeliers to tell you what it's supposed to taste like. If you're paying a guy to tell you what you're tasting, then there's something wrong with it anyway. Because if you can't taste it on your own, why are you paying $400 for it? Here's the deal. You could taste the difference between an $8 bottle of wine and a $40 bottle of wine, but you can't taste the difference between a $40 bottle of wine and a $400 bottle of wine. That's a quote from Dave.
Well, Dave drinks $10 bottles of wine, so what does he know?
Right. Well, he's smart. He's not going to pay $400 for a bottle of wine that tastes like a $40 bottle.
This is the guy that made a bet.
That's why it's a scam.
Tried to make a bet with me about all the money in his wallet is what he wanted to bet. And I'm like, Dave, you just told me you had $8 like 2 hours ago. All the money in my wallet versus all the money in his wallet. It's like, no, how about we say $20? We'll make this bet. And then
a nice round
and then
number.
when he loses, he's like, well, can I pay you on payday? I'm like, just give the money to Jerry. I owe Jerry some money anyway, so take care of it that way. But wine advice from Dave. Actually, when...
Did you just use the wine topic just to
beat
up on Dave for a bad bet?
Yes, I did.
I mean, you didn't hide it too subtly. I just figured I would ask just in case you were insane or something like that.
Dave rocks. No, I mean,
Dave does rock.
I used to belong to a wine club and all kinds of other stuff. And when I was married or getting married, we did a wine tasting, my ex-wife and I, with the parents to get to meet them, before the reception. And what we did was we brought all the bottles of wine that were offered at the Westin where we had our reception, and we covered the labels, and we did a taste testing with all the parents and a wine and cheese party so that parents could get to know each other. And then we would each vote on which bottle we liked the most.
Sounds
and what
reasonable.
we found out was that the cheaper bottles were the ones that everyone liked the most, except for my ex-wife's dad, who drinks a lot of wine and has a really nice palate, so he knows the difference. But most people prefer the cheaper ones because there's more sugar in them.
There you go. Why pay $400 for something that doesn't even
So I
taste
guess
good?
I just, in a roundabout way, I just agreed with Dave. Sorry, Dave. I didn't mean to rip on you.
That's right. And by the way, wasn't your entire marriage called the Wine Club?
Oh, yeah, I did.
That's stupid.
Funny, Jerry. Fuck you.
You set yourself up. You said it. There's no way I'm going to leave that hanging there.
Exactly.
Wine is a scam. That was on my topic list. And it's connected with an arrow to a topic called chocolate-covered anything. Can you guess what that's about?
Well, you've been eating at the Reading Market, so I'm sure there's tons of weird stuff covered in chocolate.
That's why it's there. That's why the topic is written down, because you can go to the Reading terminal, and I know I've said it before on this show, but you can get a chocolate-covered onion, just a whole onion bulb dipped in chocolate, and then Andrew Zimmer from Bizarre, that's his name, right, from Bizarre Foods, he comes down there on TV and eats a chocolate-covered onion. No one's buying that shit. No one wants
chocolate-covered
that.
onion.
But then, yeah. There's no reason for it, but then now that starts this whole new wave of, hey, let's just dip everything we can find in chocolate. Let's do bacon. It tastes kind of good. That's all right. Let's do whatever. Let's do a bug. Let's do chocolate-covered crickets. And you know they do it. Nobody wants to eat that. It's all just, we are now, as a society, obsessed with chocolate, so now we have to try and eat anything we can find covered in like, let's find something on the side of the road. Hey, look. I found myself a nice pile of bum snot. Let's put some chocolate over it and eat it. Because we love chocolate in the United States.
Because it is.
So stupid.
What kind of chocolate do you like? Do you like milk chocolate? Do you like dark chocolate? What brands do you like? I just gotta figure out what to get. I just gotta figure out what to get you, Jerry, for Valentine's Day.
Well, if we're being honest, I would like milk chocolate. I love some milk chocolate. Not so much. The dark chocolate's too healthy for you. So, oh, wait a minute. You caught me. I like chocolate, too. Oh, look at Jerry. He just had ranted against chocolate, and now he wants some milk
Jerry,
chocolate.
look at him.
But I just want chocolate. I don't want it covered. I don't want chocolate-covered bum snot. I want just your crickets or scorpions or snake heads or anything else that they're trying to get you to eat. I just want a chocolate Easter bunny.
There you
That's
go.
the
Okay,
deal.
I'll get you a chocolate Easter bunny for Valentine's Day, Jerry.
How about we not even exchange Valentine's gifts? Well, because we've never done it in the past, so I don't know why we'd start a new tradition here, seeing as we're not a couple.
How do you feel about cheese, Jerry?
I don't want that either. Not for Labor Day, not for Veterans Day. I don't need
No
anything.
flaming cheese?
No. Although Maggiano's has a great cheese dish that we tried across the street. They take like a slab of mozzarella, which the Italian people call mozzarella, and they
all
bread
call it mozzarella.
They bread it. Look, you caught me. Look, I'm doing you. So they bread it like lightly breaded, and they fry it in a pan, and they put some red sauce on the top and shovel it in front of you, and it's delicious. It's great. I want it right now.
Somebody was talking the other day. We're getting ready to go to lunch, and they're like, man, I wish there was a good Greek restaurant around here so I could get some Nagasaki. And I'm like, yeah,
Is that what they said?
Nagasaki? Yeah, you know the flaming cheese. I'm like, no, that's Saganaki. They're like, no, it isn't. It's Nagasaki. I'm like, well, they both burned, but
yeah. One of them was flaming cheese. The other one was just, 100,000 dead people in a flaming
and I don't
city.
think we want to go get that at lunch.
No, nobody wants Nagasaki anymore. Roosevelt wanted it at one time, but he's the last person who wanted Nagasaki was Roosevelt.
Oh.
Not this guy. Who is the person who said it? Can we talk about who that
No.
is? Okay.
No.
You have to tell me off air because I want to know who made that
I got
mistake.
another story for you that I can't tell you who it came from. Okay, this is a married guy. Look, I'm coughing.
You're going to give me clues? This a married guy, wears glasses, and he has blonde hair.
He's one of our favorite people. Now, evidently, when he was
Okay.
back home in town, I don't know how long ago this was, but he went out with his buddies drinking, and he stayed out too long. He shouldn't have stayed out until 2 a.m. So when he came home, and he was drunk driving, coming home,
Okay.
he
All right.
pulled up to his house, and he saw his bedroom light was still on, so his wife was still awake. So he decided to sit there
Yes.
and listen to the radio until the light went off. Well, he fell asleep, and someone
Okay.
called the police. The police tapped on his window. He rolls down the window, and they could obviously smell the alcohol. And he basically pointed to the police up to the window and said, "That's why I'm here. You see that light? That's my wife's room. when that light clicks off, I'm going inside. And they said, well,
Yeah.
we'll just give you a warning. But you might want to take the key
Yeah.
out of the ignition so you don't get a drunk driving. So,
Right. You're supposed to take it out of the ignition. You throw it in the back seat. Then you can't even reach it. So then you at least have some plausible deniability if you do that. Go, hey, can't even reach the keys.
But-
Ossifer.
but I just thought, this is a grown man hiding from his wife because he went out drinking.
Yeah, why doesn't he just go in the house and just
Sleep
I'm
on the
drunk,
couch,
I'm going to bed?
quietly enter in and lay on the couch. And
Because she'd have to know he was out drinking with his buddies.
I would
right?
think so. So this is
unless he's
this is
some
the same
sort of-
guy that bought her some noise canceling headphones, and I told him for Christmas, I said those noise canceling headphones aren't for her; those are for when you're in town. She puts those on.
Okay, I missed a lot of that because the connection dropped you out. It's weird because you're completely clear and then you'll disappear and then come back.
That's the
Strange.
internet.
But yeah, I'll let the audience laugh at that one too because I'm sorry I couldn't react, but all I heard was for in town. Damn internet wrecking it. It was going so good. I wonder if that guy had a jug handle bottle of booze when he was sitting out in front too.
It wouldn't surprise me either that or you know what? I bet he wears a scarf.
Probably. Scarf wearing boozer.
Expensive wine drinking scarf wearer. Fuckers.
Congratulations to Miyoshi for getting engaged to be married.
Oh, I know. I'm so bummed. She's like that was one of the ones that you wished would never get married because it was like, oh, she's so perfect. She'd make someone a great wife, but you never wanted it to be anybody, because whoever
You never wanted it to
be
what?
anybody. I always wanted her to be single and available, so I thought I might have some hope, but there's no hope anymore. I'm so happy she's happy though. She deserves it because she's a good kid.
Me too. And I did have to throw in the fact to her that because Dave said something like there'd be so many unhappy men now to find this out, and I go, I think I could actually hear the falling of Davin tears from Washington D.C. right now. I go, they're falling off of his pillow onto the floor.
She's a sweetheart. Yeah.
She is. She's great, and that ring is something else.
I have
isn't it?
not seen it yet.
Well, I'm surprised you can't see it from Washington because it's so bright with diamonds. Jeez. I hope they're not blood diamonds. It would have killed the whole country off if they were blood
De
diamonds.
Beers is like replenishing their stock. It's that big.
Yeah. It's crazy. That's really nice looking, though. I'm poking fun, Miyoshi. It's a beautiful ring.
Well,
just surprised the diamonds go from here to eternity.
Exactly. He must be.
What's the name of that one diamond place that they always have those corny commercials with buy your loved one from so-and-so's. They always have the smooth voice and the shadows going on and
De
stuff.
Beers. No, not De Beers.
I don't think it's the De Beers. Yeah, there's another one. I've seen them all over the country, but they're so cheeseball. They always pop up at Valentine's Day and stuff like that.
And then there's that one with
Give the gift of whatever.
How about that? Not Sigourney Weaver. Why am I saying she was the alien chick? Who's that other?
She was, yeah.
Other one that has the Diamond Hearts collection to complete your love.
I think it's just. It sounds like the same thing. It's not a local one, like Charles Kent Reaver Company, DIA, MONDS. That's in Michigan, I think. It's some other national one. He got you something, and they're trying to use the brand name of the diamond
Every
now.
kiss begins
look
with
what you
K. Fuck you.
No, we know every other one but the one I'm trying to describe. Yes, fine people. Another example of me not doing any research. Although I have no idea we're going to talk about that. So.
Bringing up Miyoshi's diamond. See, a lot of the narrators, and this is what the general public doesn't know, or the stalkers that come in to follow them around from city to city, is a lot of the narrators really are single, and they wear a cubic zirconia giant diamond on a finger to help ward off attacks from the general public. Do you come with the car? Hey, honey, you come with the car?
Yeah.
You should date a real man from
That
Philadelphia.
again.
You know,
You should date a real man from Philadelphia.
just what you need. You need a greasy fucking guy on you right now. You know what would look good on you? Me. Yeah.
Hey, Jari, tell your friends to come to Philly. Get some water.
Some water.
They would say-
Water.
No, there's an extra R in there. Some
I'm
water.
thinking New Jersey.
Some weird pronunciation. Hey, Jari, get yourself some water.
Paul. Let's go to the mall.
I don't want a glass of water. Philly's a weird accent to try and get down. I can't grasp the whole thing. The only thing I can get is the way they say my name.
Hey,
Jari.
Stop it, Jari.
Yeah, it's funny. That's not easy like Boston. Boston's easy. Just throw a long A's in there all the time.
It's so weird that we're one country, but there's so many different dialects. That must really confuse foreigners.
Probably. But I think that the same thing goes on in, like, England. If you watch a show, I was just watching Celebrity Big Brother from England. I know,
Why?
weird. But all these people, they all had they had weird, different little accents. So I think it's the same thing. Like, one of them would be considered like their southern accent, the equivalent to. And they've got a whole bunch over there. So, I don't know. We're just dumb over here. We think we're special all the time.
That's true.
I was watching it because I just thought, hey, I need another show to
Okay.
try. And it's so stupid. You know the celebrities they have? They have a couple of people from the U.S. They have, like, some friend of Kim Kardashian is there. Some guy who is on the Meet the Kardashian show, or whatever it's called. And they have a producer who produced for Michael Jackson and Al Green and Whitney Houston and stuff. I don't know why he's
Okay.
there. He's almost like Phil Spector. He's crazy, and he's just weird. And then they have the weirdest one of all, David Bowie's first wife, Nancy,
Oh.
she's like 73 or something like that. It's just like someone's grandma, and none of them are British. Those three. That's what's weird about it. They bring in these like American guys and girls who have no real celebrity or fame in England, so you're wondering why they're there. Nancy just wrote a children's book called Catastrophe about her cats.
Lord.
Holy shit, why am I watching this? This is as bad as Alaskan bush people.
Oh, that's like putting those people together. Somebody came up with that? I've always thought of like the grocery shopping when you go grocery
Stupid.
shopping. You just want to take a snapshot of what people are buying, like at 2 a.m. at Myers grocery store. You know, just to see the weird
Look,
things.
you've got every kind of SpaghettiOs.
Okay, so you're buying tampons, you're trying to buy liquor with a jug handle, and you've got what else? Oh, chewing gum. Oh, cool.
Chewing gum. Some Krispy Kreme donuts. And
Cocoa
like
Pebbles.
I said, all the kinds of SpaghettiOs with Franks, with meatballs, and without.
Cocoa Pebbles, popcorn, rolling papers,
Frozen
and tarragon. Huh. Wonder what he's doing later tonight.
Tarragon. Right. What's my cousin Tarragon doing over there?
Oh, some of that shit. So what else is new? Do you want to hear?
Let's see.
Do I have any topics? I don't know. I might have some. I've just been rambling.
I
Go
got
for it.
another one that goes with our usual stuff. You know how I'm always talking about, like, when you become old or terminally ill, you might as well just do whatever you want to do, including heroin.
Yep.
So I've added something to the list.
Okay.
So say you're like, you're into the tens, 20s, $50 million guy or above, or woman,
Okay.
doesn't matter. And you find out that, hey, you've got cancer, you're not going to make it past this year. Sad, especially when you're that wealthy. But then now here's the bonus part. Wouldn't you just go to Vegas
dropped out on me
and
again,
make
Jerry.
giant bets with money just for the hell of it? Well, we just dropped out. You probably heard the swish noise right now. We just dropped out the connection.
Hey,
Quit
and I'm
rolling your drink around.
yeah, and I'm paying freaking $4.95 a day for the high speed.
$4.95 a day?
Yeah,
Why is it so cheap?
because I'm a platinum member.
Okay. Well, anyway, I don't know where we dropped off at for you, but what I was saying was that you're a wealthy, wealthy person, and you only got like a year to live, and you're still mobile and everything. So why don't you just go to Vegas and slap down giant bets all over the place? Wouldn't you try and do that? You go there and like say, I think on this hand I'm just going to bet 50 grand.
Yeah, I'm black. Let's put
Yeah,
50
or
in
that
black.
hand or on the roulette wheel or whatever. Because, why leave it all for somebody else? Why don't you just have a whole bunch of fun? And,
My kids would
You know
hate
what I
that.
mean? yeah, but it's your money, right?
That's true. I think that might be what my mom's thinking, because she goes to the casino quite a bit. And it's like, Mom, is there going to be anything left? But we'll get the house.
Yeah, I don't care if there's anything left. I hope my parents have a great time and go spend it all on the casino. I'm like, I didn't make any of that cash. What do I care?
Yeah, enjoy it. You're
I'm not
responsible
sitting
for your
around
own
waiting
self.
for him to die so I can have whatever, what comfort is that? I'd rather
it's
have
not like-
them here. I don't
It's
care.
not like we're getting Mark Cuban money here.
Wait a minute, you don't know my dad. Boy, he socked that cash away for... He's got $38 million. He's spending it all next week at Harrah's.
I should take
I'd
out a life.
encourage that.
I should take out a life insurance policy and pay it on my mom. Wait until she's getting up there a little higher in age. That's my retirement plan. Kind of like my daughter's
Ladies
plan
and
for
gentlemen,
college.
Davin has just inadvertently stumbled into a topic that I had written down. You didn't even know about this.
No, did I?
Yep,
Oh,
I have a topic written down on my show notes called "Murder is Not a Business," and what it relates to.
wow,
it's-
our cycles must be at the same period.
You make life so uncomfortable when you talk like that. But anyway, you know that I went on this binge of watching Datelines. I found all those Datelines and watched a ton of them.
Right.
Because there's nothing to watch on a hotel TV. And
And it's always the husband.
I spoke with Peter Murray's beard today.
Did he have his headphones in his ears while you were talking to him?
Yeah. I talked to his beard today, and his beard informed me that it was always the husband. The same thing. So I was
Right.
talking about watching these shows, and I said it's always like you could just get a divorce, but it's always about the money, and more often than not, it's not about the money they already have. It's about the insurance policy.
Right.
So, like this one guy, he offs his first wife, gets the insurance money. I think he offs another wife, gets insurance money, and then 20 years later, he drops a car on his son in the garage and gets the insurance money. Now, if he hadn't dropped the car on his son in the garage, he would have been, free. Nobody would have ever said anything because he got through the first two ones. No one would have thought about all the rest of them.
What?
But
Why
he
do
was
people-
trying to turn murder into a business with
Right.
the insurance company.
See, that's what I don't get. And I've talked to my financial planner on this too. Why would someone take out an insurance policy on their kids? They don't bring any income in. So that's a dead ringer right away, unless you started them out on that Gerber Life.
Life.
Gerber Life scam, and you just kept paying it forever. But
Would you
yeah,
do sign up on the back of the label for a Gerber baby food jar or something?
exactly, like a cereal box. So
Yeah, send in 3 Gerber lids and this form to P.O. Box, whatever.
get your life insurance. Well, that's like my bank. I belong to a credit union, and every goddamn year they send me a new form for, we're going to give you $1,000 free life insurance. Just fill this out with all your information. It's like, I don't want the $1,000 because once I fill this out, you guys fucking call me non-goddamn stop, and I'm on a list, and I'm getting fucking junk mail and phone calls and all this. Fuck that. So for the
You didn't fall for their lead
$1,003,
gen.
oh no, God, stupid. stupid.
$1,000. You think they'd actually even give the $1,000? You know, there'd probably be some fine print that says like, well, the envelope that we sent it in is an expense, and that envelope happened to cost $1,000.
You know what it would turn into? I would die.
What?
No one would know about it, and I would be one of those missing, money people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've got lost money. Look, your name's
that
on the
deal.
list. I'm probably already
Uh-huh.
on that list because of when I shot for CBS and did figure skating. They put me in their annuity fund.
Yeah, I was in that too. Yeah.
But I shot like 3 nights at the Palace of Figure Skating, and they put $52 into this annuity fund. So now this thing is sitting out there, gaining interest for the last 20 years. It's probably up to like $80, but it costs you $125 to get it out. So you just leave
don't
it
worry
there.
about that. I figured out about that because I had $600 or $700 in there because I did a bunch of CBS one year, and then I talked to a few of the other people. I said they used to send me these annuity things, and what happened was all of a sudden, for the people who were inactive, there was some mysterious yearly fee of $100 and something for paperwork. And it just got whittled away to nothing.
That's
I probably
what'll
owe
happen.
them money. I did some work. Now I owe them money somehow.
For closing the account. Yep.
I didn't even do anything with it.
We're not going to
So
track
yeah,
this
there's
anymore.
they just took the cash. It was all them, and I get nothing for that. Thank you, CBS.
Did I ever tell you about my grandfather and the Alaskan property?
Were his feet involved?
No.
Okay.
Penny toes.
There was some story with his feet.
That was penny toast. No, evidently, my grandfather, when he was a kid, they had this cereal box thing when they were founding Alaska, or making Alaska a state.
Yeah.
And you can send in so many box tops, and they would give you 1 square yard of the new frontier. So
Right.
he sent in a bunch of these box tops and got like 10 square yards.
Okay.
When he passed away, my grandmother found it. She ended up following up on it. I don't know how she followed up and found out, but
Yeah.
they ended up doing like a class action purchase of all that land that the cereal company owned, because the Alaskan pipeline went right through that land.
Okay.
So she ended up getting like a check for, I think, $1,400.
Oh, okay. Not that much. I thought you were going to hit me with like 50 grand or something.
No, it wasn't a huge amount, but it was like, okay, what if we
Well
didn't
worth
want
the
to sell it
box
to?
tops.
Yeah, for sending box tops. So there's weird shit like that out there too. Fucking people.
Your Grandpa Penny Toes was an Alaskan mogul.
He was. He had 10 square yards of Alaskan real estate.
It's that time already.
Well, is that before or after our stop? Because we had
Our
the
stop
swoosh
was-
in there.
No, this is the pause. After the pause, I paused right away.
Right, but
When you
while
dropped your
we
connection.
were paused, I was talking and saying, Jerry, I can't hear you, Jerry.
Yep, none of that's counted because it's not on my end.
Okay, so we just blast right through what you were talking about and ignore me.
Well, you didn't say anything. Nobody heard you. Your internet connection was gone. It didn't sit there silently for 10 minutes.
No, but it would have recorded what I was saying.
Well, what did you say?
That Jerry's gay secretly. I was telling the audience that you were gay, you were a homo. No, I don't remember what I said. Lost the connection,
Right.
Jerry. This sucks.
Well, let's put it this way. You got a glass with ice in it and some liquid in it, and right now you're confused, thinking that there's less time when there would actually be more time. So we'd actually be running over our normal time if you had more content.
I'm just thinking if you have to edit out my comment portion, there's probably like
I will.
3 minutes. Thanks, you fucker. Yeah, there's like 3 minutes in there of me going, I'm not hearing anything, Jerry. Hey, Jerry.
Yeah, no one's hearing that until now.
Yeah.
Look at pulling the curtain back. Now now the whole audience has to hear our argument.
We argue all the time. We're like,
No Valentine's for you.
nope, I'm not going to send you a chocolate bunny.
No chocolate covered crickets.
You're done. I'll get you a jug of liquor with a handle on it, and that's all you're going to get, Jerry.
And some chocolate-covered saffron.
You go into your little diabetic, oopsie, I'm wasted.
Yeah. We'll tell that story another time.
Yep.
Because we don't have time to tell that whole story this week. Maybe that'll be the teaser for next week. Next week, you'll hear the tale of a low blood sugar crash and what happens to you and your family. And glass. And Uber car drivers.
Hey, one thing, Uber, Sundance Film Festival was last week.
Okay, it was. Okay.
Did you hear Uber was actually, you could do Uber for helicopter
No.
to get from Salt Lake City to Park City, Utah for $200 during the day. At night it went up, obviously. But yeah, you could Uber a helicopter.
Only 200?
Yeah.
Before the surge rate?
Before the surge rate, yeah. That's almost as much as when the storm was here, getting a cab in D.C. to go from the hotel to the convention center, which is only 5 blocks away. Fuckers.
Yeah. What was that? How much was that? $87 or something?
No, they tack on an extra $15 a day. And then it just ended like yesterday. It's like the storm's been over for a while. Why are you still charging this shit? Take full advantage of the people of D.C.
Because they can, because they're out to get you. Uber and FedEx are out to get you.
They are.
So there it is. That ends this week's episode of... Davin, why don't you do a fun voice to say you name it?
You name it. I don't know.
That's all you got.
That's all I got.
I don't even know what that was, dude. That was creepy. There was just... It was like a weird... Like a drunken Lilliputian or one of those Lollipop Guild kids.
I love the Lollipop Guild. I just want to hug them.
Okay.
That's all
right.
We'll talk next week.
Everybody, thank you for listening, and please share with friends who might like this kind of stuff.
Pop a wheelie, guys.